Hello, my name is Hans George Campbell. Welcome to another exciting episode of Magazine Mondays, where we allow ourselves to go back in time by looking through the pages of old computer magazines. On tonight's episode, we're going to take a look at the front and rear cover of every issue of Antic magazine. All right, here is the very first issue of the Antic magazine, the Atari resource, and I'm going to be making a custom frame for this year with a polycarbonate front, so I can hang this up either out here in the shop and in the studio or in my computer room. I haven't decided yet, but I think it's a very cool issue, the very first issue of the Antic magazine. This is the front cover, and there is the rear cover. Doesn't have to be perfect, Mr. Campbell, just semi-perfect is fine. I don't expect you guys to read all that fine print, but I'm going to show the front and rear cover of every issue. There's that one. Now it's interesting to note that it says online. Now I'm wondering if that is associated with Sierra Online. Maybe they bought out this company and then they decided to rename it Sierra Online. I don't know. If any of you know about this, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, these early issues of the Antic magazine, the front covers are artwork, and that's what's really cool about the early issues. It's just somebody had to draw all that, or paint that. Classic Frogger, yeah. Ultimo 1. I would love to have that particular version. Wait a minute, wait, no. Is that Ultimo? Yeah, that's Ultimo 1. That's a very, oh my God, that's the very early issue, like the first issue of Ultimo 1. That right there, if you can find this particular version of Ultimo 1 in mint condition, in its original box, like brand new condition, I'd give it an estimated eBay value of around $2,000. Yes, you heard that right. Because I recently sold Ultimo 1, the reissue for the Commodore 64 computer. I sold that version of Ultimo 1, and it was in like brand new condition. I showed it on my channel already. I sold it for $1,200. And this is a much rarer version right here. So this one will go, I say, closer to $2,000. That's the value that I would estimate that this is, that this game is worth. Yeah, about $2,000. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's like artwork. Like somebody had to paint this with watercolors, you know, or draw it or whatever. Or maybe paint it on canvas. But it's artwork. I think it's really cool. The reason why I want to show the back covers as well is because there's a lot of cool, very nostalgic artwork. I mean, like advertisements and stuff on the back covers. And so I think you guys will really appreciate seeing the back covers as well. You know, it's very nostalgic. Some of this classic, you know, this retro video gaming or computer advertisement, you know, it's very retro. Very retro. Okay, those were the issues for Volume 1. There's 9 volumes of Antic magazine. That was Volume 1. I thought it was recording. All right, now for Volume 2 of Antic, the Atari Resource magazine. This is the first year that they brought out a new magazine monthly. For Volume 1, it was every 2 months. But starting with Volume 2, it's now monthly. Yeah, if you want to study any of these covers, just pause the video. I have to go through this pretty quick because I don't want the video to take longer than an hour. If it does, well, it does. But I try to keep my videos at, you know, under an hour. But there's a lot of magazines to show in this video. So, yeah, it's going to take probably almost an hour or maybe even over an hour to show all the, you know, the front covers and rear covers of these magazines and talk a little bit about each one. You know, it's going to take a little bit. Synapse made a lot of games during this time period. They made a lot of games for the 8-bit computers. See, another Synapse game. I've got a lot of really cool content coming out this year, including the special 200th episode of the Hans Campbell Show, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy that episode. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. I redid the shop out here. You'll notice that in future videos. And I also built a new custom workbench for doing computer repairs and unboxing and reviews and things like that, you know. So I'm going to show this too, and I'm going to talk about how I made it. And you too can make one like this too. But I'll get more into that during the special 200th episode of the Hans Campbell Show. I think you guys are really going to love that video. Another Synapse game. Blue Max, I told you. Synapse made quite a few games during this time. Quite a few games. Sierra Online. So I don't know if they bought out Online and then added their name to it or what, or if maybe, I don't know. If any of you know about this history, let me know. Say something in the comments. I'm curious about that. Yeah, every one of these issues that I got from this guy are in like brand new condition. I saw an ad on Craigslist early last year. A guy was selling these magazines, and I saw the pictures, you know, and I didn't realize they were in like brand new condition, like somebody had just bought them off the news rack or the magazine stand, right? And he wanted like about $2.50 for each one. And I said, no, you know, I offered him $1 for each magazine. And he accepted that, and he brought them over. But yeah, I'm so happy to get these Antic computer magazines. I'm also looking for every issue of the Commodore magazine and the Ahoy magazines, because I want to show those on my channel. And a lot of these, if they're interesting issues, of course, I'll do a separate magazine Monday on each issue that I think is interesting. So stay tuned for future magazine Mondays. I know that this is a very popular series. A lot of you have mentioned, you have emailed me that you really love the magazine Mondays, and you were hoping that I continue to do them. Well, I am. I will be producing Magazine Monday videos through the years, or through the months, I should say. I think you'll enjoy them. But yeah, I had to get these magazines. I mean, I wasn't really involved in the Atari 8-bit scene that much. I was mainly into the Commodore 64 computers, Commodore 128 computers back then, you know. But I was heavily involved in the Atari ST computer scene. Oh yeah. And stay tuned for a lot of Atari ST content coming up this year. Oh yeah. Yeah, stay tuned for I got a lot of really cool content coming up this year. You guys are really going to enjoy the videos that I'm going to be showing this year. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hey, why not? It helps the channel grow, right? And it gives me the incentive to continue producing wonderful content for your viewing pleasure. So subscribe if you have not already done so. This one here, I think, is a special buyer's guide. I remember when this one came out. I remember seeing it on the magazine stands. Yeah. Sierra Online. I remember that company. A lot of my favorite games for the VIC-20 and the Commodore 64 was by this company. So they sold games for the Apple computer, the Atari 8-bit computer, the Commodore 64, and the IBM. Yeah. All right. Look at that. I love that picture. Love that picture. Yep, love that picture. And I finally got a hold of one of these monitors. You see how it looks really good with the Atari 800XL. And I showed this monitor in my TI-994A system video, you know, where I got also included was the rare expansion box with it. And I only paid like $200 for the whole system, including 28 game cartridges. I mean, oh my God, man, the game cartridges alone were worth over $200. And the expansion box, I checked eBay, they usually run between $800 and $1,000 depending on condition. Even one in old rusty beat up condition sells for like $400 or $500. So yeah, I knew that expansion box was rare, hard to find. But I'm so happy I got one of these monitors. Has built-in carry handles, so yeah. Yeah, I'm so happy that the guy accepted my offer of $1 each, and I was able to get all these wonderful magazines. Yeah, I plan on reading these very carefully, mind you, because I want to keep them in, like, you know, new condition. Yeah, look at that. Wait a minute. That's not an Atari 800XL. That looks like an Atari 1200XL. A very rare Atari 8-bit computer. I'd love to have one of those. I'm actually looking for one of those. A guy locally on Craigslist, he's selling one of those for $400. I think that's a little bit too high for an Atari 1200 XL. You guys let me know in the comments if you think a if $400 is a little bit steep for a Atari 1200 XL computer. He's got one like this, similar condition. He wants $400 for it. Alright, that's it for Volume 2 of the Antic Atari Resource Magazine. Alright, up next is Volume 3 of Antic, the Atari Resource Magazines. Looks like a really cool looking tape drive. I wonder how well it works. That is my favorite game on the Commodore 64 computer. This is a very valuable game. It is one of, if not the rarest game for the Commodore 64. You think Ultima 1 was expensive? No. Ultima 1 does not touch Questron as far as incredibly high price. The small box version of Questron by SSI I have seen sold on eBay at around between $1,800 to $2,400. I've actually seen it sell for that kind of money. Usually around $1,500 to $1,800. That's for the small box version in like new condition. The rare large box version the larger box, which is the first issue of this game, okay, early issue, those tend to sell, they start at around $2,800, depending on the condition, and they go up from there. I have seen the large box version of Questron for the Commodore 64 sell for as high as just a little over $4,000. Yes, you heard that right. This is a very rare game for the Commodore 64, and I do have this game, and I will be showing this game this year on either my Commodore 64 or most likely my Commodore 128 computer, because I'm setting up my Commodore 128D computer this year, and I'm planning on doing a lot of videos on that, about that computer, including showing a lot of games too. But yeah, very rare game. I have the small box version, and I'm actively looking for the large box version. I definitely want Questron to add to my 64 collection. I actually have quite a few Commodore 64 games in their original boxes, and I do plan on showing them in future videos. I do plan on showing them, people. There's what, Alan Alda? He was, he liked the Atari 8-bit computers. Yeah. Alan Alda was to Atari 8-bit what William Shatner was to Commodore VIC-20. Free inside 11 type-in programs. That's what a lot of you liked about these magazines back in the day. You loved typing in those programs. I didn't. I thought it was boring as hell. So I had my friend type them in for me, and then I would play them. He would type in the games because he enjoyed doing that. I didn't. I thought it was boring as hell. What? Only 6 type-in programs? Come on, people. That's because it's a buyer's guide. Yeah, December 1984. That was, well, the Atari ST would come out the following year. So, yeah, it would come out the following year. My second favorite computer of all time. Yeah. Super utilities. That's what I'm talking about. Only 2 type-in programs in this issue. What the hell? Atari Chairman Jack Tramiel exclusive interview. I might have to open this up and read it. Yeah. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a printer buffer. Okay, 64K printer buffer. Wow, man, 64K. Oh, I'm shuddering in my boots, man. 64K. Wow. I've always liked this type of artwork here on the front of these magazines. I think it's so cool. So cool. All right, Computer Frontiers. The new Atari computers. I wonder what computers they're talking about. Could it be my second favorite computer of all time? The Atari ST? I think so. Alright, that's it for what? Volume 3 of the Antic magazine. Alright, up next is Volume 4 of the Antic Atari Resource magazine. And there's a picture of the new Atari computer. That is the extremely rare first issue, the 520 ST, which has the mouse and joystick ports on the side here. It has an external power supply. It uses an external disk drive. All the disk drives are external. There's no internal disk drive on this one. But I think it's one of the better made. I think it's the second highest quality of the Atari ST line of computers. The highest quality, of course, is the Atari Mega ST with that really nice German-engineered mechanical keyboard, you know, with the cherry key switches. Really nice keyboard to type on. But this is the second highest quality Atari ST computer, and it is the rarest. This is the rarest of the Atari ST computers right here. That computer was only produced and sold for the last few months of 1985. And then in 1986, January of 1986, Atari quickly switched over to the 1040 style case, even for the 520 ST, because it was cheaper to produce the ST that way, and so this way the company can make more profit. Okay, this version of the Atari ST, the 520 ST, is so hard to find that I was willing to trade. And you're probably going to think I'm a nut job for doing this, but no. I was willing to trade. In fact, I did trade an Atari 1040 ST-E computer in mint condition, straight across, for a guy that had one of these. And then I refurbished it, made it look like brand new, works perfectly, and is proudly displayed on one of my shelves out here in the shop. I love this Atari ST. I mean, it's the only one that has the mouse ports on the proper side. Right here on the right-hand side, you can easily plug them in. It's not underneath the damn keyboard, you know. It's the one thing I hate about the 1040 style case. So if you have the first issue 520 ST computer, you better hang on to that computer. Don't get rid of it because it's a 520. It only has 512K of memory. And especially don't trade it for a 1040. No, you want to keep that first issue 520. That's a very rare Atari ST computer. I like artwork like this on the front cover. That's like computer graphics. In fact, I think this was done on the Atari ST. is, people. Power without the price. The Atari 520 ST computer. There it is with that beautiful JVC made in Japan color monitor. There's the first issue of the disk drives. They were single-sided. And all of the Atari ST software from this time period, they only required 512K of memory. I remember that. And the single-sided, they were on single-sided discs. But yeah, the Atari 520 ST, $800, that's for the whole system, but that's with the monochrome monitor. With the color monitor, it was like more like around $1,000 with the color monitor. I remember that. But I like this ad. I love this ad. Love that ad. Eight type-in programs. Oh my. Degas. Many of you prefer Deluxe Paint, that's your favorite paint program, but not me. My favorite paint program was not on the Amiga, but the Atari ST. And it was Degas. And later on, they brought out Degas Elite. And I plan on showing both of these programs this year. I'm going to actually I have both of them mint in their package or mint in their box. On Degas, it came in the book, you know, the manual, and the disc was in like an envelope, I think on the back of the rear cover or whatever, and that's how it was sold. But I have all these famous pictures that were done by Degas, and I'm also going to show Degas Elite, and I'm planning on doing a series of videos where I actually show you how to use Degas Elite to do a lot of really cool things, you know. So yeah, stay tuned for this exciting Atari ST content. Ten type-in programs. Oh my, you really got your money's worth this issue. Wow. I'm in the process of trying to get every SSI game that was ever produced in my collection. I have quite a few of them already, and I do plan on showing them. I've showed some of them already on my channel. But yeah. I think that's a really nice advertisement. I like the way that looks. It's so retro, it's so nostalgic, seeing the 5 1/4-inch discs, you know, on the boxes, you know. I mean, this is a thing of the past. When's the last time you were able to go into your store, your computer store, and buy software with the original manuals and the discs inside a nice picture box? That's a thing of the past. Now they want you to pay top dollar for it and download it off the internet. No manual, no nothing. The internet has screwed up so many things. Really has. We no longer have shopping malls because of the internet, and I loved malls. I mean, I'm an Aquarius. I'm a people person, you know. I love malls. But thanks to the internet, most of your brick and mortar stores are going out of business. They're going out of business. because of the internet. Yeah, now includes the ST resource. All right, next up, we have Volume 5 of the Antic Atari Resource magazine. And that's the first issue of Volume 5. Ultima 4. I remember playing this game extensively on my Commodore 64 computer. I spent a lot of hours playing that game. And I do have this game for my Commodore 64. I still in the original box and everything. And I believe I also have the Amiga version. So I do plan on showing this game real soon. I'm thinking the Commodore 64 version, because that's the version that I remember playing. That right there is a very famous, I believe that's a Degas picture. Either Degas or Degas Elite. That's a very famous Atari ST picture. I've always admired that picture. I mean, can you imagine drawing something like that using a computer and drawing that pixel by pixel? I mean, oh my God. Yeah, but that's what we did back in the day, people. If we wanted graphics, we had to draw them. Going online, 1986. Now, I don't think the internet started until, what, the mid-90s? And this is still like around the mid-80s, like 86. So I don't think they're talking about the internet. I think they're talking about probably BBSs. Why did they do that? They flipped the ad upside down on the back cover. I think sometimes they do that on purpose. I recognize those graphics. These, I believe, are from Degas Elite or Degas. I recognize these graphics. The best hard drive for the Atari ST was made by Supra, and I have one of those in my own, from my own 1040 ST, which I will show. I'm thinking about sometime this year. I'll show both of my hard drives. I have a Supra drive for the Atari ST, and I also have a Megafile 30 for the Mega ST, and I'm curious to see if that hard drive has the RLL interface and hard drive, or the newer ones, the later ones, have a SCSI interface with a SCSI hard drive. And I'm hoping it's one of those. I know some of the Atari 205s had that. There's Auto Duel by what? Origin Systems Incorporated. Yeah, there's Dagus. There's Dagus Elite. I have both of these programs. I have 2 copies of Dagus Elite, both in a large box like this, and in the rarer small box. The small box of Dagus Elite is very rare and very expensive, very valuable. Now I'm going to show both of them. There's the, what? Jack Trammell's sons. There's her father on the Atari monitor there. I've always thought that was a cool looking picture. Inside 10 type-in programs, including 2 ST programs. Oh wow, you're really getting your money's worth with that issue. ST news, products, programs, help. Oh yeah. The Atari, I think this is a 1040. Nah, it's still a 520. Okay. Oh, gotta show the back too. Don't forget, Mr. Camel, show the front and the back. People want to see the back too. Mictron. Stimulation. Yeah, they made quite a few games for the Atari ST, including the rare Time Bandit. I have the rare version of Time Bandit in its original box in like brand new condition, and I have showed it on my channel. It's in the video where I show my rare Atari ST games. So if you have not watched that video, hey, I suggest you do if you like Atari ST software. Alright, up next is Volume 6 of the Antic Atari Resource Magazine. And I just love that front cover. It's got the Mega SC. That's the highest quality of all the Atari ST computers, and it is my absolute favorite. I love the Atari Mega ST computer. It's just an absolutely gorgeous computer. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Love that machine. Again, there's both Dagus and Dagus Elite. Gold Runner. I just love the music to this game. It's really nice music. Really good music. It's got a real good beat, really good rhythm to it. Welcome to Gold Runner, and the synthesized speech is really good too. Watch out! Yeah, synthesized speech is pretty good. That's not a very good screenshot of it. They could have come up with a better screenshot than that. Airball. That's another game that has really cool music. Airball. Yeah. Alright, up next, we have Volume 7 of the Antic Atari Resource magazine. This here is the special, what is it, 6th anniversary, yeah, 6th anniversary special collector's issue. Carrier Command. Rainbird software. I have almost every one of these Rainbird games, and I will show them on my channel. I have them all in the original box in like new condition. I'm thinking about getting one of these. The Atari video gaming system. I don't know if I should, though. I think it runs your standard Atari 8-bit cartridges, game cartridges. I'm actually considering getting one of these. You guys let me know what you think. You know, should I get an Atari video gaming system like that? That can run the Atari 8-bit computer cartridges? Or do you think it's a waste of money? Obliterator. I love the music to that game. Really cool music. I mean, oh my god. Especially on the Amiga. This game's great on the Amiga. It looks good on the Atari ST, but I think the Amiga version is a little bit better. That's my personal opinion, but I think the Amiga version is just a little bit better. I love that artwork, too. Love that artwork. I do plan on doing a video this year showing all of my Psygnosis, you know, the Psygnosis games in my collection, both for the Amiga and the Atari ST computers. ICD. Now they made some nice SCSI hard drive stuff for the Atari ST. I've always liked ICD. They made some cool things. And their fast ST hard drive, that hard drive right there, that's pretty nice. You could use it like a monitor stand. Yeah, I've never owned one of these, but I'm actually thinking about getting one. Another cool game from Psygnosis. I don't think I have this one. Chrono Quest. I'm looking for this game. This is one of the games that I don't have that I am actively looking for. Yeah. Vertex. I remember having one of these modems. I remember having one of these. Yeah, it was a good modem. I had it for a long time. I used it with my Atari ST and my Amiga. Mostly with my Amiga computer. I have that exact one. I'm pretty sure of that. That exact one. Right there. That's in the picture. I had that exact modem. Notice this, though. It says now all 8-bit, covering 800, XL, and XE. I think this is when this company here decided to produce or publish the Start magazines. I think this is when the Start magazines came out. When was this? February of 1989. Yeah, so the Atari ST had their own publication. They were called Start magazines, and I have those too. I will be showing those on my channel. I even have the first issue one. Primary issue of the Start magazine. Menace. This is a really cool side-scrolling shoot-'em-up game. I have this, I believe, for the Amiga in the original box, and I will be showing this on my channel. It's a cool game. It's got good music. Scilapse. Yeah, I think that's a branch of Psygnosis. Alright, next up, we have Volume 8 of Antic Atari Resource Magazine. This is the special collector's issue, 7th anniversary issue. And the magazines are starting to get really thin now, because I think more and more people were moving away from the Atari 8-bit computers and getting more into the Atari ST line of computers, you know, the Atari ST computers. So yeah, the magazines are getting, they're only about 1/3 as thick as what they were originally. 1982 to 1989. Yeah. I've always liked this front cover. I always thought it was really a nice looking cover. I'm looking for this cartridge. I didn't even know they had something like this for the Atari 8-bit computers. Turning your 8-bit Atari into an ST Junior. I mean, oh my God, it's basically the Gem desktop for the Atari 8-bit computers. I would love to find one of these cartridges. The diamond cartridge. I mean, oh my God. That is so cool. Animated print, shop icons. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. I've always loved this front cover. And I have a serious joystick collection. In fact, it took 2 videos for me to show most of my joysticks. And if you haven't watched those videos yet, well, maybe you should. They're on my channel. And I showed most of my joysticks that I have in my collection. But yeah, I love this front cover. Love this cover. I have one of these, but it's not in mint condition. I'm looking for one of these in absolute mint condition, preferably new in the box. I have several of these. I got several of these. This is the rare pistol grip bat handle joystick. That one there, mint in the box, is valued at around $400 or $500. Yes, you heard me right. Now, do not mistaken this one for the Wyco bat handle joystick. Well, the joystick that has the 3 different handles that pop on, and including the pistol grip. No, this is the pistol grip joystick. The handle is permanently attached to the joystick. And what a lot of scammers like to do is they like to create this using the pistol grip from the 3-handle version, and then they put it on here in such a way where it doesn't come off. Then they sell it as a rare one for about $500 on eBay. But yeah, this is a very rare joystick. I have one in my collection. Yeah, anyway, love this front cover. Love that front cover. All right. I'm also including volume 9 of the Antic Atari Resource Magazine in this video because there's only 2 issues. Yeah, there's only 2 issues. Look how thin the magazine had gotten. I mean, that is like really thin. Wow. Maybe 20 pages in there. 20 or 30 pages. And of course, the very last issue of the Antic Atari Resource Magazine, which is volume 9. What is it? Number 2. When did they come out? Let me look at it. Yeah, it's volume 9, number 2. It was released June, July of 1990. So apparently, June, July of 1990. They went back to releasing this magazine every 2 months instead of every month. And they still did not have enough material, to make the magazine thicker than that. I mean, that's really thin. But anyway, yeah, that's the final issue. I'll put it up here again in case you want to take a screenshot of that. That's the very last issue of Antic Atari Resource Magazine. I think it's a nice cover. It's got the rare Wyco pistol grip joystick. That one's valued at about between $400 and $500. This is a very rare Wyco joystick. Very rare. If you have one of these, you got a valuable joystick. Of course, back cover. I know it's boring text, but I promise to show the front and the back, you know, of each issue. Well, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Hans George Campbell, and until next time.